Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and another video. Today's video I wanted to touch on a topic that I don't think I've ever talked about before on this channel, but I think it's really important to discuss, which is the topic of leather. I want to talk about my experience with leather and why I no longer purchase leather, and I think it's really important to talk about because I feel like there's a lot of talk about fur and why fur is bad, and I totally obviously understand why fur is terrible and why we should be avoiding fur, but I think that there's some sort of a disproportionate amount of people talking about fur and not enough information and people talking about leather. And in my opinion, leather is just as bad, if not worse, than fur, because in my personal experience, leather is actually much more available than fur is, and most people think leather is okay. Even people that think fur is not okay continue to purchase leather, and I think this is a problem. Now, I think that people buy leather because leather is just there, and we think of leather as just a product. We think it's just a piece of fabric, or it's a purse, or a wallet, or a jacket, and we don't think about what actually goes into make this leather, when in reality, leather is literally the skin of a dead animal. Not just a dead animal, but an animal that has been killed for the purpose of creating a purse or a jacket or whatever. I personally think that there really needs to be a connection made between what you're buying and where it actually came from. I was one of those people, obviously, that purchased all of these products without actually thinking, just like meat, dairy, eggs, everything like that, and leather was no exception. I bought leather products. I wasn't really super into leather, but I still bought products that were leather because, you know, leather is just associated with good quality or whatever, it lasts long, whatnot. And I even worked at a leather store, believe it or not, when I was like 19 or 20. I worked at a store that sold leather jackets, and I only worked there for like a month because I like hated the job or whatever. Maybe that was a sign, I don't know, but I did work there and I didn't think twice about selling leather products. I didn't think that it was like anything bad, even though I claim to love animals and stuff like that. There is a huge problem with leather, and I think a lot of people might think that it's a byproduct of the beef industry or whatever, but it is not. I mean, look at how many leather products there are out there in the market, right? Even if every single person stopped eating beef, there would still be a huge market out there for leather products if people continue to buy leather. So it's not a byproduct, because even if we completely eliminated the beef industry but people continue to buy leather, there would still be cows being killed for leather. Because look at it, I mean, there's so many leather goods out there, and I see it all the time. Even on YouTube, there's tons of girls promoting leather bags and talking about like what's in their leather bag, like what's in their purse, like blah blah blah. It's just kind of gross to think that we have this opinion of someone else's body, someone else's skin, thinking that it's just a good quality fabric. Leather was one of the first things I gave up when I kind of started my vegan journey, even though I wasn't fully vegan or anything, but leather was one of the things that I first stopped buying because I just felt that it was completely unnecessary for me to contribute to something just because I wanted an accessory or a piece of clothing. I know that most of you are probably not buying leather already, but maybe there are people out there that are still buying leather and they might not understand like where it comes from and what kind of an impact it has when you continue to buy leather. So I just want to direct you to a video by my friend Michael, who has an amazing YouTube channel. I really want you guys to check it out. Subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. I'll leave the link in the description box. He has a ton of videos that are really educational, really just to the point about veganism and about how to go vegan, lots of tips on how to transition to vegan lifestyle. Definitely check out his channel. I will leave the link again in the description box, and then I'm going to leave you to this video that he has made, which I think really explains the leather industry very well in a very short clip. I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope that less people start contributing to the leather industry. And please understand that there are so many other alternatives out there. You don't even have to buy like fake leather, but you can buy fake leather. Anyways, I'm going to leave you to this very important video clip.
People think that leather is merely a byproduct of the beef industry, but there is such a demand for leather that the animals are killed specifically for their skin. Most leather comes from India cows. To transport them to a place where they can be legally murdered, cows are shoed and roped, then are forced to walk through the heat and dust without food or water. Many animals collapse from the stress of this. When they become weak and slow, their tails are repeatedly pinched and broken in a sick attempt to get them moving. Handlers are in such a hurry that they use nose ropes and twist their necks and tails. They also use chili peppers and tobacco to keep the animals moving. They rub the pepper directly in their eyes in order to get the animal back on their feet. The men that load them into the trucks are often forceful and rough. The new experience of travelling combined with the lack of food and water leads to severe nausea. Half the animals are already dead before they arrive at the slaughterhouse. They are generally killed through hacking and sawing with a dull blade and are usually killed in full view of each other.